What is going on, guys? And today we're going to be looking on an iDrive unit, which came from 2009 BMW E92. This one is not working because I ripped the button off. I thought I'm going to be replacing that piece because I had a little upgrade. Check the video in the description below or in the cards. But in case you wanted to replace the buttons, they kind of scratched or they wear out, or the central cap. For the central cap, I have another solution. You don't have to disassemble anything. But after you remove the unit, which is sitting on the plastic trim, there's going to be wiring coming underneath. You just pop it off. Also, there's going to be 4 screws. They are T10. And they're going to be holding the assembly together. And there's a bracket. So the first step is to get the flat head, kind of lever it, use your finger, pop it out. Some of them just lock back. Next piece is kind of a tricky one, because if you wanted to disassemble it, maybe you spilled some Coca-Cola in there or something sticky or tea, and you wanted to disassemble it completely, that's going to be the next step of just undoing that piece right here to preventing the damage to the button itself or the central button right here. Because their line or the wiring that is coming down right here, mine is missing because I ripped mine off, and going to be wrapping to those two pins, which is mine missing, and going into that connector right here. So what you want to do from that perspective, you want to pop that connector, you want to pull the wire, remove it from those pins, and that's going to be hanging kind of slightly. Even if you're going to yank it on the button or so, something going to goes wrong, you're still going to save the button, because in my case I have to purchase the whole unit and replace it. The next step is not requiring you to remove the line, or if you wanted to just remove the buttons or you want to clean it underneath, you just wanted to undo these 2 pins at the front after you, of course, undone those 2 10 mils, and type of shift the assembly up. In that procedure, you're going to need to hold the button and kind of glide it through the button, because there's going to be a little bit of resistance. So that's going to be the best way to clean it. Remove the top plate, remove the rubber, I cannot remember how they call the grommets, whatever, for the buttons. And you wanted to use the electric fluid cleaner, and you wanted to clean or to spray it all over the place. In that case, you're not going to need to disassemble anything else, because there's a whole bunch of steps to remove the button. We're still going to go through that, but let's finish with the buttons itself. Some people are replacing the buttons without removing the top portion, but I would say there's like 50-50 chance of success that you're not going to break pin, and I'm going to show you which one and what is usually happening. For the menu button, it's fairly easy. There's 2 type of pins inside. You have to lever it, and that's kind of really easy. Pretty much every single button, it has the same technology. Tele navigation, CD, and radio button, you have to go a little bit deeper, but it's still not that crazy. The same way this button. So, and that's what I'm talking about. If you can see it at the corner, I've been trying to remove it without removing anything or disassembling. I've been trying to just lever it from underneath, and I break right here. So that's the pin that is holding the button, and it's not ideal. With removing the top piece, you're gonna be able to clean it, wash it, and do whatever it needs. In terms of option and back button, there's kind of a little trickier, because there is 3 pins. They outside toward the outer piece, and then you have to kind of press them out, hold it with your finger, press another one out, and try not to like get your hand damaged. And that's type of procedure you wanted to do. Same way. And this one is kind of tougher, so you want to go from the back, and it's still tough. Next piece is the central cap, which is basically holding and covering the rest of the assembly together. This is going to require you something sharp to not damage the central cap, or if you wanted to replace it, that's going to be another thing. Central cap is basically 4 pins, and it's usually, whenever you pry it from the corner, it's usually going to pop out. Then we have T7 or T8. We need to undo it, and also with that central screw right here, be pretty careful because it's not supposed to be tight. If it's tight, the assembly is not going to be working correctly. If you over tighten it, there's a chance that the wheel's not going to be scrolling that smooth, or you're going to lose the press point because it's going to be tightened too harsh. After you remove that plate with the screw, you're going to reveal the central piece. That's kind of have a couple steps in doing it. We need to remove the ring first, then we need to remove that gray piece, shift it underneath, type of voila. So this piece, the gray piece, is basically your rotation. We have another cushion or the rubber piece with the LEDs, and this piece right here, that's what I was talking, that's the button that you are pressing on, and you have or action button. This plate right here, the microsham, gonna have the wire which goes down to this portion right here. In terms of the body, you don't have to disassemble. I'm just showing you what is going on inside. There's going to be a harness connecting to that microsham in the center, which we was talking at the beginning of the video. You have to disconnect it from the back connector before you're going to be pulling the button out. And in this segment, you probably see that I was trying to repair it, but repair wasn't successful. And like I said, it never worked. After you remove the central piece, you can remove that whitish piece. Connectors right here, they has to be inserted into the cutouts. They usually stays in. Mine is kind of was disassembled like a million times because I didn't press the record button. So it's gonna look like that. And from this point, you can simply remove the microsham and pretty much voila. Also, we can undo a couple of clips right here. There's a total of 3 clamps, and we're going to remove pretty much the whole construction, as you can see it. So at this point, you can press down on the central piece, and we did disassemble everything to the last piece available in the system. Now you can clean it, put everything back together, and I hope you're not gonna have the same type of problems, because I had to replace mine. Mine was, or it is, damaged. After all, I purchased the new one from the eBay for, I think, 40 bucks. Anyway guys, if you like the video, please put the thumbs up button there, subscribe my channel, and leave me a comment below. And make sure to check out the video with the knob upgrade, which is, in my opinion, one of the best upgrades that you can do to those type of iDrive systems.